Hello and welcome once again to Walk With Me, Healing Talk, Redefining Destinies. The talk we give to you, we hope will heal your relationship at whatever level it is, and also redefine what you hope will be, or what your relationship has been to what it will be in the future. Now, last time we to remind you, this is Mr. Simbwa with Mrs. Simbwa here. Okay, once again, the last time we talked, we spoke about courtship, and we talked to you about what you shouldn't be doing during the courting time. Today we want to talk to you about what you should actually be doing during the courting period. We said that it has no measure. A lot of people prefer that courtship be a short period of time, but you see, that also depends on what you will be doing during that short period of time, because sometimes you will require to make it a little bit extended to be able to do what you are supposed to be doing. But one thing, for example, to begin with, I'll begin and say that one thing to do during courtship is to make sure that you get together with like-minded friends. I quite remember we got married on the 17th of May. On the 3rd of May, a friend of mine was marrying. On the 10th of May, another friend was marrying. We were together in missions at the university. We were together for studies, but they are all still ministers, even as we speak today, and they got married around the same period as myself.
On the 24th,
and on the
friend
24th,
of mine
got also married. So what we're saying is, get together with like-minded friends, do group activities together. Okay, enjoy anything. If it is a sport, enjoy it together. If it is a skill, for example, if you're into music, you can play in a band together, you can play an instrument together, you can go out together for camping and so on together. Why do we emphasize together? Is because it shields you from mistakes you're likely to make during the courting period, but also it opens your mind to opportunities that are available. For example, we expect you to be also preparing your wedding. Now, you might make wrong choices because you're ill-informed about them, but it's an opportunity for you to be able to hear that there are cheaper alternatives that give you the same value, and so on and so forth. So get together with like-minded friends and do group activities together. It will benefit you.
It's also good for accountability. When you have other people you're accountable to, they know where you are, or you're all together, so you know where so and so is. You're not somewhere very far away, but when you are in a group, then you are accountable to those people, and whatsoever you do with them, it helps you. It shields you, like my husband said, it shields you. So you're contained. You do not just go out anywhere with your spouse. You might make the mistakes that he was talking about. And the other thing is, take them out. Go out for a cup of tea, go out for dinner, not in a secluded place. You can go to a hotel, you can find a place where there are people, and that also is important, because it shields you from going beyond, from awakening passions that you shouldn't be awakening in that time. Remember, you are being courted, or you are in courtship. You are committed, you are not yet covenanted. So there are things that you should not be getting into unless you are covenanted. So take this person out for a cup of tea. Take them. You took me out for ice cream. I'll never forget that day. They were still constructing Munyonyo that time.
Speak Resort at that time. It wasn't ice cream alone. It was a whole meal. Ice cream was just the dessert.
I remember the ice cream better.
You remember the ice cream better, maybe because you're not a fan of food that much and so on. Okay, but the other is to be involved in sports. Okay, if you're a sports person. Now, a lot of ladies, you're not so much into the sports and so on, but the gentleman, find out what your other person is interested in and go along with them. It is a time for you to make compromises on choices. For example, if she's not a fan of sports, then she can accompany you to that game of sports. But then again, when it is time for shopping, or it is time for window shopping, sometimes we won't believe it. We do not want window shopping. with women because window shopping is actually fine, but shopping with a woman, real shopping, she takes ages to make her decision and so on.
Yeah, because you see, for you men, you enter a shop, you look at a shirt, and that is it. For a woman, and I think
picture yourself putting on the dress,
and then the colors. I'm like, I have seen these colors before with so and so. I wouldn't want my dress to look like so and so.
Uniform.
So I come back the following day to see whether there is a different color with different floral prints with. And then I find it,
and then a shirt is a shirt. You get it? A shirt is a shirt. The one I'm putting on is not the one he's putting on. So
actually, can we take a moment and talk about that? Because men, you think in boxes, and you are careful that when you are pulling out that box.
I think you're getting ahead of us, because that's a lesson for our viewers. They need to learn that the differences. We'll get to the point of understanding that women are completely different from men, and when we appreciate that, then it eases our ability to relate to one another.
If the person is interested in music, look out for the albums that are being produced. You know, take them to a show, take them to a movie, but be accountable. Let another couple know, or let your parents know. Have some time together, but at least be protected even as you're having that time together. Remember, you are not yet covenanted. You are still committed to one another. Yes.
Additionally, if you're ministers, you can minister together. Again, this is group ministry. This is an opportunity for you, for people. In the Chiganda they say kawawa tugawe. Okay, the people that might have the same eyes, because don't be fooled. A girl as beautiful as this one I cannot be the only one looking at her. There might be other people that are eyeing her, if I might use the word. But the point is, during this time, it is then that they see, oh, so and so is committed to another. I think they should be withdrawing and so on and so forth, because but that decision is basically for the two of you. Each of you should assure the others that might have interest in you that this is the one that I've chosen, and we are moving towards this direction. As you move towards this direction called marriage, okay, so that is extremely important. Then something that we did very much during our courtship is prayer. It is important, especially if you're believers, even if you're not. It's a habit that you can develop. Pray together. We lived different directions before we got married. I lived one side of town. My wife lived different side of town. But we met in town every Thursday around the lunch hour time, between noon and around 2, and prayed together in downtown Kampala. Is where we went up there and prayed together. Prayed for the period of. Now you're wondering, so in the 2 years, part of the thing that caused us to go on and on and on was prayer, because there were challenges in between. There were issues to be dealt with, but we were able to get over them because we were involved in prayer. So we urge you, especially for you that are Bible believing and Christian and so on, make sure that prayer is an aspect of every preparation. However good it might be compromised, it might be disturbed, it might be challenged by issues, but when you pray, you'll be able to overcome those challenges.
By the way, why prayer is important is that everyone would know that even if you prepared a wedding for 5 years, there would still come up an issue even at the last moment. But you see, when you are in prayer, then you are able to detect that. And prayer gives you strength, because preparing for a wedding, or when you're preparing to get married, can bring certain kinds of stress. You know, you're entering it for the first time, and then you have these words that are coming from left, right, and center. Everyone is giving you their opinion about marriage. I remember before, when I had told some people that I was getting married, one person clearly told me, if you're getting married, that is from like a frying pan into the fire. And you know, I was hearing so much the bad side of marriage. But then I remember I visited a couple that really encouraged me to see the positive side of marriage. And I said, if this is what marriage is all about, I would really like to get married. So it's very important for you to pray together, irrespective of how much bad you hear about marriage, because you know, I think everyone has their own aspects. Marriage is hard work, number one. Preparation is very key, critical, and very important. But whatever you hear, when you bring it to prayer, then it isn't things for you.
For friends who are always with us on Facebook, if you follow us on YouTube, we will be having Instagram pages. To remind you also, you know, that we've been doing much of the talking. While here, we'll be inviting friends who share the same values with us to share their experiences in marriage, and they will teach you, they'll point you in the right direction, and we believe that you'll be blessed through it. But for today, we want to say thank you for joining us. God bless you. Bye-bye.